On the hour, rugbyleague.com news. Brought to you by Thomson Reuters, the global leader for news.
Golden boy Bevan French has sizzled in his return after 6 weeks out injured, playing a key role in the 44-2 win over Wakefield at the Brick Community Stadium before being given an early bath by coach Matty Peet. Elsewhere in Super League, it was an upset 23-10 win for Huddersfield over Warrington, with young sensation George Flanagan starring. And in the championship, Barrow 32 beat Doncaster 22, Batley 40 downed Hunslet 6, Oldham 20 edged out London 18. In League 1, it was Keighley 24, Midlands 22, Swinton 18, Rochdale 12, North Wales 31, Goole 6. This is Steve Mascord for rugbyleague.com. Now with the rest of today's news, here's Jason Costigan.
Thanks, Steve. The Cowboys have defeated the Tigers 34-28 in one heck of a game at Leichhardt. A try to flying Fiji and Jareem Buller in the lead up to half-time, drawing comparisons with that grand final magic from Benji Marshall 20 years ago. Buller's try, one of the best of the season, it propelled the Tigers to a 16-10 advantage. That was after the Cowboys led 10-zip inside 10 minutes in front of a packed house in Tiger Town on what was Old Boys Day for the host club. 10 minutes into the second stanza, a contentious try to Cowboys captain Tom Dearden. Scott Drinkwater's boot levelling the scores at 16 apiece before the Tigers regained the lead thanks to Brent Naden, who scored midway through the second half. But then the Cowboys seized control. 3 tries in just 5 minutes, turning the game on its head and dashing any chance of the Tigers sneaking into the playoffs. Old Boys Day also at Newcastle's McDonald Jones Stadium, where Brisbane, after a 5-day camp, demolished the Knights 46-12. That was after the Broncos led 14-6 at the break. Brisbane now locked in for the finals, and a happy milestone it was for Ben Hunt. That was game number 350 for the boy from Dingo. Conversely, another heavy loss for Newcastle. In fact, that's now 7 straight losses for the Novocastrians. And again, the future of Knights coach Adam O'Brien, the subject of increasing speculation. To the table, and with 2 rounds to play, the Raiders on top on 42, Melbourne 40, Bulldogs 36, Warriors 34. And outside the top 4, the Broncos then Sharks, both teams on 32. Next, the Panthers 31, followed by the Roosters on 28. Outside the 8, Dolphins and Manly both on 26. The Tigers 24, Cowboys now 23. Dragons, Parramatta and Souths on 22. Newcastle 18. And Gold Coast in the cellar on 16. And looking ahead, the penultimate round kicks off on Thursday night, and it's a ripper, the Dogs hosting the Panthers. In Sunday's NRLW action, the Cowboys 30-8 winners over the Tigers at Leichhardt. Across the Tasman in Hamilton, the Sharkies defeated the Warriors 22-14. And back in Newcastle, a catastrophic loss by the Knights, who led the visiting Broncos 16-4 at one stage before getting smashed by Brisbane 46 points to 16. In the New South Wales Cup at Wentworth Park, Sydney Roosters finals hopes extinguished by Newcastle, the Knights prevailing 28-24. And across the harbour at North Sydney Oval, a massive local derby, Manly too good for the Bears, 38-18. In the Queensland Cup at KO Stadium, Redcliffe upset Townsville 36-10, and just across the border, the Northern Pride toppled the Tweed Seagulls 39-32. In the bush in Queensland, there's been a massive upset in the grand final at Romer's Bassett Park, where the defending premiers and minor premiers, Cities, were raging hot favourites, having lost only twice this season, but it was Wallumbilla Surratt who lifted the trophy. The Red Bulls beating the Gladiators 22 points to 8 after the out-of-towners led 14-0 at half-time. And finally in Papua New Guinea on the opening weekend of the finals in the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup at the Santos National Football Stadium on Sunday afternoon, the Port Moresby Vipers defeated the Hella Wigman 18-12 in extra time, after the Vipers went to the break leading 12-4, and before that, the East New Britain Gurias beat the Goroka Lahanis 24-17 after Goroka led 13-6 at the interval. The Lahanis now gone after finishing third on the table. The Wigman also done for 2025. Jason Costigan reporting for rugbyleague.com.